Hi, I'm Fantasia, and this is 23 Questions with Aleem TV.
I turned to a savage. I can't lie. I can't lie. No, I can't lie. No, no.
So Fantasia, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm alright. So this is 22 questions. I'm gonna ask you a few questions to see where you came from, where you're at right now, and where you want to go in life career-wise. So basically, we'll just start off. What was your first job?
Oh, my first job was at TJ Maxx in Beechwood.
How old were you?
I was 16. Well, actually, I started working though when I was 14 at my aunt's gift shop, but I was doing like little polish changes type stuff. But my actual real job was TJ Maxx.
What was your worst job that you've had?
My worst job, I would have to say Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake. Why was it so bad?
People working there was just so bitter. The customers was bitter. It was a bad environment. Yeah, it was just a bad environment.
Well, obviously you're not there anymore. Can you tell people what you do now? I know I see a lot of it on Instagram, but can you just give a rundown of what you do now?
So I'm a beauty professional. Well, now I like to go as a beauty influencer, but I'm a cosmetologist and a massage therapist. And basically I transformed into a beauty influencer because I just recently launched a business called Black Lives Extensions, which is to promote my brand Black Lives Extended.
What does that all entail? Just like apparel and...
So Black Lives Extensions includes apparel, hair extensions, lash extensions, but it's all to be funded back into the young, inspiring entrepreneurs' career fields.
When did you figure out you wanted to do this?
I've been in the industry for 5 years. Over the years, I kind of touched bases in multiple different areas, but I didn't necessarily know what I was going to do with everything. So just recently, actually this year, I kind of woke up and it all kind of fell apart together for me.
What inspires you to do this every day?
I guess watching the youth, watching our generation and seeing what everybody's going through now, it kind of made me want to come up with something that helped to make a difference. And then with being in the industry for as long as I have and experiencing the things that I've experienced, and then watching other beauty professionals experience the things that they experience, I'm like, something got to change. Somebody got to do it.
So what would you say, as of right now, what is your biggest accomplishment so far?
My biggest accomplishment, I would say, is this. Even though I just launched it like 2.5 weeks ago and it's still a work in progress, I would say it's my biggest accomplishment, just acknowledging and stepping into my purpose, I guess you could say.
So you feel this is what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you say was your biggest setback so far?
My biggest setback, I would love to say other people or people that I came across, but I would say my biggest setback would have had to been me, just because I mentally wasn't where I needed to be or wasn't ready to prepare myself to be. So I would take the fault for being my biggest setback, yeah.
What did you learn from past jobs that help you now and what you're doing?
Well, I like to say that I've put myself in just about everyone's shoes. And that was my all-time goal, because I didn't know if I wanted to own my own spa or anything like that. So I wanted to make sure I was able to come from everybody's position. I've done, reception, I've been the owner, I've been management, and I would say with every job that I've had, I've learned every aspect of it to learn, and I reviewed everybody's position the best way I can to see where they're coming from.
Like I said, it seems like you're very motivated. It seems like you're not stopping. But what was your plan B, if you had one?
My plan B was to work with animals. So at first I thought I wanted to be a veterinarian, but I think I would still do something kind of almost like what I'm doing now, just geared out towards animals, because I do look at them as like people. I'm a huge animal lover, so there's that.
You're a vegetarian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not because because you shouldn't eat animals. I'm not like that deep into it, but yeah, I don't eat meat.
Out of all the things you're doing right now and all the things you're working on, what is your next goal that you hope to accomplish?
My next goal, I think all in all on my goal list is just to save people one step at a time. Like, that's just my biggest goal right now, is just making a difference in people's lives as much as I can.
Through the IG post and all that?
Yeah, through social media, rerouting it, because it's being looked at as such a negative thing now, which it is a lot of negative stuff that's being posted on social media, but basically just rerouting it and using it for a better purpose and just the outreach in general.
Being the positive outlet for people. Okay. Where do you see yourself at in 5 years?
I really try not to look at things in like a 5 or 10 year time span. And I say that because I feel like that's where procrastination steps in with people. So when you tell yourself that you have 5 years or you have 10 years, when you're in that first year or those first couple of months and you're not pushing yourself or hitting a lot of progress, you tell yourself it's okay because, you know, in 5 years or 10 years, I got 5 years to do it, I got 10 years to do it, you know, I'm still in the beginning, I still got time. But I honestly feel like everything that you can do in those 5 years or where you could see yourself in those 5 years, you could see yourself in now, or you can get it done now versus giving yourself the 5 years. So where I see myself in the future in general, or, you know, in the near future, I would like to say just putting my family in a better position, seeing my family doing good, seeing everybody just doing good in general.
All right, so next we're about to do some rapid fire questions. Just say whatever comes off your mind first. What did you want to be growing up?
Cosmetologist.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Selfless, creative, and God-fearing.
What's one thing you can't go a day without?
Water.
Water. If you could visit anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Africa.
Africa. What part?
I don't really have a part.
Just anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere in Africa.
Name one thing off your bucket list.
I don't really have a bucket list, but I would say I would like to just hike somewhere, like exotic somewhere.
In Africa.
Yeah, probably in Africa.
What's your dream car?
A Wrangler or anything big-bodied.
What's your favorite artist? Who is your favorite artist?
I don't really have a favorite artist. People I like to listen to, LMA, her, along those spectrums, yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie right now would have to be A Star is Born.
If you were the president for a day, what's one law you would change or create?
If I was a president for a day, that's a good question. I guess I would probably try to change the food intake. I don't even know if like presidents have that type of control or what, but my biggest issue right now is just what we're eating or what's being fed to us per se. So I would try to make a change with that.
So is the glass half full or half empty?
Half full.
All right, well, appreciate you. You've been great. More success, and we look forward to see your next steps. Thank you.
No, thank you.
All right.
I turn to a savage.